Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we will be talking about one of the most asked questions that UPSC aspirants all over India have. That is how to write an essay. So now first and the foremost thing, this is a concept which is not new to you. So you have been writing essays all your life, right? From your second standard to fifth standard, and obviously you have these sort of assignments that you used to get even in your 12th standard as well. So I don't think it's a very very cool thing to say that, how do we write an essay? This is something that you know. But again, at the same time, you can't write an essay in the UPSC paper just like you used to do it for your earlier classes. Why? Mainly because that was grade maybe 6th, and now this is an all India level examination where people from all walks of life come and give the exam, right? So many people appear for the examinations, and only a few passionate ones are selected, and therefore they have their training in Labasna. Right? So my main motive of making this video is to make you all aware as to how to write an essay for the UPSC. In general, obviously you do have an idea as to how do we go about the essay, because you have, as I said in the beginning of the video as well, that you do know something about it. It's not an alien concept per se. But then there are certain, tips and tricks, and at the same time there are certain rules and procedure to be followed when you are writing an essay, specifically keeping in mind the UPSC perspective. Right? So I think the first and the foremost thing is you need to have a solid intro, because I totally believe in the whole notion of first impression is the last impression, right? Whatever sort of impression that you make in the beginning is the kind of impression that stays with you forever, right? And maybe that stays in the minds of the people as like an image of you, right? So you need to work on it, right? So your first para, which is basically your intro, should be so powerful and should be so concise, clear, crisp, that by reading and by taking a glance of it only, the invigilator should have a clear idea as to where you are going with the topic. Okay, so this is one thing. First step would be that make your intro strong, make your intro the best para that you will ever might have written. Okay, now other than that, obviously, as I said, there's a procedure to follow. There will be an intro, there will be a body, and obviously you have a conclusion. So this is a very basic format that you might have even used in the UPSC. So now how is it different? So first of all, I think a lot of people do this mistake of not reading the essay question properly, because as you're aware, essay paper is basically one of your 9 papers that you have to give, and your word limit is somewhere around 1000 to 2000. Other than that, you also, the total marks basically it's 250. So what happens is, in these cases, people are running short of time, as a result of which they don't even bother to look at the question properly, understand it, analyze it, and then go about writing it. So people spend very minimal amounts of time in actually analyzing the question and then going forward with it, which is a very, very I think stupid strategy to go about, because unless and until you do not understand the crux, you do not understand the essence of the essay that it's basically wants to express, then you won't be able to write 250 words, or even for that matter 1000 to 2000 words. You won't get 250 marks and won't be able to write till 2000 words. Because if you have to write till this much length, you should be very clear as to what you're working for, right? You should know what you're doing. Right? So I think that is one of the other things that I would like to tell you. Other than that, do not write anything just for the sake of it, because a lot of people, what they do, just for the sake of the word limit, they just come up with different ideas and they just jot it on the paper. That's not the way to go about the essay. You have to stick. There has to be some relevance with the topic. You just can't go haywire and go about writing anything, because this is UPSC and people will be analyzing each and every single word that you write. You just can't write just anything, right? So I think that's a good strategy to go about. Know what you're writing, and always keep a check on yourself if you're not going off topic, because if you are doing something sort of that, then it's not gonna help, right? It's not gonna be useful for you basically. So I think this is it from my side in terms of the tips and the tricks. Other than that, of course, as I always say, essay writing is something that can only be mastered via practice. So practice a lot, And yes, stay tuned for our channel. Thank you.